Hi, welcome to It Is Josie. Josie here. I'm glad to have you back again. I would like to welcome all my new subscribers. Lately, I've had quite a number of people subscribing to my channel. I'm forever grateful. You're welcome. Feel at home. And for my old subscriber, thank you for always watching my videos and taking time to like and actually watch the videos. I'm forever grateful. On this channel, I post sewing related content ranging from fabric hauls, sewing plans, sewing makes, and a few sew alongs here and there. And if that's something you're interested in, please don't leave without subscribing to this channel. And while at it, don't forget to press the bell button so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Today's video is about my February makes. I know it's been a bit delayed, but I've got a good reason for it. My overlocker misbehaved on me, which was so upset in the middle of sewing up when I was finishing up with some projects. I had to complete them ideally in March, finish them in March, but I started them off in February. And I've had to use my sewing machine and cover stitch machine to finish up a few projects without the overlocker. I hope I get it fixed pretty soon. But today's video, I'll be showing you a few things that I was up to. I managed to sew in February, and I'm actually very happy and pleased with myself with how much I was able to sew up. Let's start off with our first make, which everybody saw. If you've been to my channel, you saw this. And this was my most recent make, which was Simplicity 8982. And it's a top with this matching pencil line skirt. I'm definitely going to attach a picture of me in this outfit. I won't go into detail about this particular pattern since I had a pattern review video, which is my most recent one. I'll add a card here about this video, and also a link in the description box should you be interested in seeing how I got along with making it. And I made it out of this gorgeous Lady McElroy textured knit fabric, which was gifted to me by Minova. And I was shocked about how this outfit came out, and I'm so glad that I went down the road. I plan to make this top quite more times in more stretchy fabrics. I love the skirt, but it's just your basic pencil skirt, but I love the top most, so I plan to sew it up a bit more. I'll add a link to this particular pattern review at the bottom so you can go read about it. And my next make was, I could say, this top that I'm wearing right now. I'll try to stand up and you see what it looks like. Don't know if this is clear. Try to push back. My most recent make is this sweater knit top, and it's made out of a wool blend that I bought from Stuff and Steel last year, and I've layered it over. I love layering it over one of the Butter magazine turtlenecks, which I made in January. If you want to know about this pattern, it's from a Butter Style magazine, and I've reviewed it in my previous video. That was my January makes video, and I love wearing it over it. And I made it out of the Sloane sweater by Love Notions pattern. It features a few views. I went with the bands on the arm, definitely the neck band, and it also has an option for a hem band, but I went for the curved hem instead. However, this pattern is quite roomy for your basic. It's your basic jumper, sweater, top, or jumper in its own. However, I decided to take it in to get it a bit more slim fitting. So I did that to it to make it a more dressy top, which I can wear with just a light top or a turtleneck. I didn't want to wear it as a big chunky jumper because this is quite a fine knit fabric, so it wouldn't lie so well if it was so bulky. And this is a wool blend I bought from Stuff and Steel, like I've said. And I bought this fabric. I remember I first made this jumper early last year, but I didn't like how it came together because it was quite wide, because the pattern is meant to be a roomy jumper. So I went ahead and took it in this February, and I actually like the final outcome. And while at it, with the same pattern, I made something else, which is I made another Sloane sweater. For this particular one, I will just add a link. I made another Sloane sweater. If you can see here, I made another Sloane sweater out of Larex jacquard fabric, which was gifted to me by Minova. If you can see, it's textured, it has that gold texture, which is, but I made this with the same pattern. However, with this I omitted the hembands, the armbands, and just went with the neckband, and I also had the hem carved. While at it, I also made a matching one for my princess. And this is one I made for her. I'm going to attach pictures of us in this, and she likes that we get to match. I hacked another Ottobre magazine pattern. I'll attach all the pattern links to the bottom, or the names of the particular patterns, onto this video, so you know which ones they were. I'd made this jumper also for her from that magazine in January, and I went in and made also her jumper a bit more slim fitting so we could match, because the jumper is also meant to be a bulky, roomy jumper. So I took it in, made it a small one. I hacked the hem and made it cut so it looks exactly like mine, and I still omitted the hem bands on this one. I'll attach pictures. I like that I can make outfits to match with, and she actually loves it too, and I plan to keep doing it for as long as she allows me, because I know when she grows up she won't want to look like her mommy. But while at it, I can take advantage of the time that I can do it at the moment. And my other pleasant makes, which I've made for my kids, have been PJs. These are made out of a pattern by Peekaboo Patterns, and it's called the Toasty Toes Convertible PJs. And this pattern runs from newborn size to size 12, so it gives you a lot of wear. They're slim fitted PJs, so the legs are quite narrow, which is not so bad. If you think your child might need a bigger size, you can size up. But one thing I loved about this particular pattern, it comes with both leg bands and leg bands. I would call them leg bands, and also sleeve bands. And the advantage I've taken with this, I've sized up for both of them, because my son is right now 9. He's quite a small 9-year-old, so for his shirt I cut out a size 8, because he's always either smaller than his size or his exact size. But because he's taller, I couldn't just settle for a smaller size. So for his trousers, I went to size 10. But the beauty with that, they could come off as long trousers, bottoms. But because they've got the hem bands, the leg bands, what happens, the extra fabric ruches up at the bottom. But the secret with that, you get more wear out of them. I know that PJs are made for them. My daughter's had hem bands, and she has worn them for over 2 years before she can outgrow them, because with that they won't be touching the floor, because the hem helps keep them onto the legs, while at it's giving them more room for growth. And I made them out of this fabric, which I purchased during the Sew Up North. That was last year. I remember I came up here with my fabric haul from Sew Up North, and they've been seated there. I never got around to making them. That recently, when I was finally cutting through my fabric, my diva princess came and told me, "Oh mommy, you're finally making our PJs." And I was like, "Yes, my boss, I'm finally making your PJs." So what's happened for my son, I ended up making size 10 with the size 10 for the bottoms and size 8 for the shirt, which fit perfectly well for him. And they actually came together pretty fast. I sewed them up mostly with my overlock and cover stitch machine. Unfortunately, along the way, my overlocker broke. I tried fixing it. I've tried a lot. I think I might have to take it for servicing. When my overlocker broke down, I decided to finish them up using my sewing machine, and also finishing them up with I use my sewing machine because knit fabrics don't flare. But for the neckband, the bonus, I would always love an overlocked edge at the neckband. But because I couldn't achieve that without let me see if it can focus, I couldn't finish it up with my overlocker. So I decided to sew it up with my sewing machine, that's with the stretch stitch. But I used my cover stitch machine to sew down the neckband, which gave it actually a nice finished look. So I was able to finish them up, and they're actually chuffed about them. For my son, I couldn't squeeze out the 2 pairs of PJs out of 2 meters of fabric, so I had some spare gray fabric lying around, which I put to good use. So I used it to cut out sleeves and the back piece for this particular one, which actually looks nice. And for this other one, I had enough to make the front and the bodice pieces, and just use the gray fabric for the sleeves. And for the trousers, they only differ by the color of the ribbing I used for the bottoms. For the legs, which I had around, I had a dark gray and a light gray, which matched so well. They actually love their PJs, and I'm hoping to get more wear out of them. And this fabric I bought from my local fabric shop. It stocks very nice and good quality jersey fabrics. That's B&M Fabrics in Leeds. And for my daughter, I used the same fabric. However, the only difference is that I used different ribbings. Hers, I used a light pink and a dark pink ribbing. So she also managed to get 2 pairs of PJs. I'll attach pictures of them jumping in their PJs, and they're so chuffed about them. Maybe one thing I found different, the one alteration I had to make on these particular patterns. With my son, because it's 9, I made size 10. It has enough room for him. It fitted him right. With my daughter, she will be 6 next month. So I decided to sew up size 6, knowing that, okay, that should be all right. However, I noticed that the seat, which is the rise, was quite so short. And she has a bit of a bum, so the seat is quite so short. I noticed I might not have much wear out of this particular pair of trouser PJs. So what I decided to do for the next pair, I cut up another piece to be the casing for the elastic. So in so doing, I lengthened it a bit, as opposed to what I did here. I overlocked the elastic onto it, which I cover stitched down. For this particular one, I ended up cutting up another extra piece of fabric. I don't know if this is clear, which I turned into a casing, if that's clear. So that's what I decided to do. So this one seems to fit her much better than it did on the other. And for all the patterns that I've used, I'll link them in the bottom, at the bottom, and most of them come with affiliate links. That only means that should you buy the patterns through those links, I get a little commission at no extra cost for you, but you're still under no obligation to use those links, so it's all right. And probably something else I'm up to this month of March, I will be coming up with my next video. Will be a collaboration with Karen from So Little Time. We are having a collaboration where we shall be sewing the Camden skirt from Nina Lee Patterns. We hope to attach pictures of how we shall pair it up and dress it up for the cold months and the warm months. And that's a pattern I've already made before, but I made the pin-up one. This time we decided to go with the skirt, and I realized that Karen and I are often making the same exact patterns. We are inclined to sew up the same patterns, and I decided to come up with a collaboration, because she either has plans to make patterns I've already made, or vice versa, that the patterns she has made that I'm interested in sewing up. So probably next week, or the 13th of March, we shall have a video of our collaboration, and hope you can watch it. And also another thing I'm doing, I'm having a pattern testing for Love Notion, so that will be coming up soon. I'm not saying anything more about it, but I will let you know when that comes up. Okay, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching this video, and if you've liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.